Only doing one thing. Ready? We're going to go ahead and call the meeting to order. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So this should be a relatively short meeting. We only have really one thing on the agenda, and that's the voting results for the expansion of the community center. So at this time, do we have any other proxies that have not been turned in? Okay, Paul, if you'll certify the quorum and.
Okay, so yes, we received 960 proxies, which meets our quorum requirements. We only need to 575, so we are good to go with the quorum to proceed with meeting.
Okay, so.
The only agenda item is to announce the voting results.
Okay, so we had 960 proxy votes, 833, which is 87% in favor, approving the funding needed to expand the community center. 127 or 13 of the proxies were not in favor. We only needed 51% approval, so we can now move forward with expanding the community center.
Yay.
So we're going to move on to sort of next steps. You want to take over?
Yep, I'll take them. Not working too well. Okay, so now that we have the approval from membership to proceed for the funding for the construction, the expansion, the next steps we have before us is the next step is to finalize the approval with the county to construct the off-site parking spaces needed across the street. Our hearing is scheduled for next week on the 14th. And so there should be a hearing that should go by pretty fast, and we'll get the approval to move forward. Then our next step will be to have our engineer file applications with the county that are needed to approve construction for the off-site parking spaces. And then also the application to construct the construction for the expansion of the community center. At that same time, in filing those applications, we'll also have our architect finalize the architectural plans that will be needed for RFPs that will be sent out to prospective building contractors to get competitive bids for the project. Additionally, over the summer, we'll be looking at banks to secure a bank loan that we needed to finance the construction once the construction starts. And we're also interviewing interior designers to help us select with the final finishings, such as flooring, painting colors, and lighting for the new expansion of the community center, and to bring those same finishes and selections to the updates we already have planned for the admin office, lobby, and meeting room suites, so that everything ties together into one nice package. And with all those steps being completed over the remainder of this year, our goal is to have construction started by May of 2027, with a targeted completion date by the end of 2027, so it's ready to be used. Are there any questions? You come up to the microphone. Yes, ma'am.
That question as far as the,
Microphone. That way people on Zoom can hear you.
I'm sorry?
That way, okay, you're good now.
Okay. So does that last point mean that the finishes are for the lobby and the meeting rooms and offices are going to be done at the same time as the expansion, or just so that there's a plan going forward after the expansion?
No, so actually, we had in our reserve schedule for this summer to redo these meeting room suites in the lobby. But because now with this expansion now been approved and, construction going on next year, we thought it'd be all better to tie it together at once. So we're going to defer this project for this year to next year at the same time for the expansion. Yep.
Maybe just a call for any other questions and.
No.
Resident questions.
Do you have a design committee to work with the interior designer you intend to hire?
You have the subcommittee.
We have a building subcommittee that is helping us put the constructional designs together. We also have input and help us guide us on the interior finishes.
We going to have any representative from our community that has any design background?
We also have a design review committee that looks at applications for members submit for changes on their home exteriors. And on that committee, I already have two who design people that are licensed, that do design for a living. So they'll be helping us with the choices.
Thank you.
I think as we've done throughout this entire last year, throughout this process, we'll show the community, what the thoughts are in terms of the look and feel. If you had a chance to look at the video that the architect put together, I think it did a great job in terms of the activity room and the colors in the activity room. And I think what we're trying to do is bring that into this room as well. But you'll see everything before we move forward for sure.
Hi, has it been considered that maybe the 10 off-site parking spots could be carved out and done over this summer?
Oh, that we will.
Oh, I didn't understand all that.
Well, it's all contingent on receiving the permitting, right? Everything goes through Collier County. So we're going to try to get it done as soon as we can, Dave. We've started the process already. We already have the hearing set up for next week. So, as soon as we can, we will. We do want to go out for competitive RFP on the parking spots as a separate sub-project. So the goal is to push it along the best we can.
Any other questions?
Any other comment?
Comments
From
from
the
the
board?
Nope, very exciting. We're looking forward to it.
Good stuff. Any signatures on that one?
And nothing online? Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Aye.
thank you, everyone.